Come on now, let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Okay. Welcome. Good morning. Come on now, let's do this. Okay, I'm just going to share the link with my folks. Give me a minute and I'll go over this trade. One minute. Let me share this everywhere. Woo! Come on. Now, this is a trade I'm currently in. You know, I took this, obviously I entered the trade this morning with my members, the wonderful members of Generational Wealth Academy. Awesome trade. Now the risk to reward for this is 1 to 1.5 at least. You know, we are risking 50 pips and targeting about 75 to 100 pips. 75 to 100 pips, it's given 42 so far, as you can see at the bottom left-hand corner there. Okay, so let's see. Give me some minute, guys. Give me some minutes. I'll be coming to explain the trade. Now, just in case you haven't noticed, I'm sure you see, if you've been following the charts, you'll see that Aussie dollar pairs and New Zealand dollar pairs moved powerfully today, well, overnight really, depending on where you are. I'm in the UK. They moved powerfully overnight. I got some good number of pips from the pound New Zealand dollar myself. You know, I was showing the screenshot to my members earlier on. And obviously, you know, I'm going through the strategy I would use for trading such a move. Bear with me. You know, what I want to really do now is to have a look at some of the trades we got into this week. Well, from last week, really. You know, we posted. I posted the. I posted my marked up charts for those in the community. Okay, so if you are watching with me, just say hi. Let me say hello to everyone. If you are watching with me, you know, just say hi and let me know where you are chiming in from. I'm chiming in from the UK. Okay, so let's go over this trade briefly. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so you can see where I entered the trade. Oh, I haven't moved the stop loss yet. You know, one thing you need to do, guys, definitely want to do is whenever you are in a trade, let me mute this music. Whenever you are in a winning trade, you want to definitely secure your profits. You always want to secure your profits, especially when you have hit TP1. That's what I do. That's what I teach. That's what I practice. Absolutely. Now you can see here now, we entered the trade here. That was where I placed the stop loss. We are in about 43 pips of profit now. So ideally what I should be doing is moving this below here. I have taken partial profits. You know, I took partial profits at about, I think it was about 20 or 25 or so. You know, but it has dropped some more. I'm actually in this trade. I'm actually entered this trade on two of my accounts. You know, this account, a small account, and the bigger one. You know, I always encourage people as well, as much as possible, open an account. You know, have a small one and have another one. You know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know, have an account, you know, with one broker and open another one with another broker. You know, so that if anything goes wrong with one broker, you have some funds, you know, available to trade or withdraw from the other broker as well. You know, apart from that, I think generationally, oh yes, I think generationally, that's why obviously this group is called Generational Wealth Traders or Generational Wealth Academy. You know, I think generationally. As you can see, this is a live account. We don't demo flex. You can see at the top left-hand corner there, it's a live account. Now, let me see. What I really want to do today as well, this is dropping. If it gives me more than 75 pips, which I have as my target, obviously I would love that. But let me share with you, oh, 50 pips. Awesome, awesome. Keep going, baby. Let me share some stuff with you. I mean, after all, the title of this stream is Harmonic Patterns versus Head and Shoulder Patterns. They are both reversal patterns. Let me share that with you. Let me share my trading view chart with you. That's the chart I posted last week. So you can see this pair is pushing powerfully down. You know, like I say, I mean, I should push the, I should bring that lower here. Guys, for those on the sidelines, you have been hearing me say, come over and join us, trade live with us and collect some pips. We don't win all the time. Let me make that clear. But the whole idea behind trading profitably is to win more than you lose. Oh yes, absolutely. You want to win more than you lose. That's the whole idea. So, all right, let me share my trading view window with you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is my trading view window? Come on now. It's disappeared on me. All right, let's do this. Let's try again. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, I basically want to quickly, have a look at some of the patterns, some of the charts we posted last week, some of which are in full swing, in profits. You also need to know how to trade harmonic patterns and head and shoulder patterns. You need to know where to get in. I am going to be explaining that shortly. You don't want a situation whereby you get in and you don't, well, you get in and you find out that you got in too early. You don't want that at all. So on my chart now, we are seeing this setup on New Zealand dollar USD, which has already played out as it were. You can see it's dropping even more. And for those of you who are swing traders or perhaps know a bit more about trading, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to close out this position shortly. Well, I've moved it into break even already so that if it pulls back against me, it will close out with some profit, maybe not. Well, it will close out with some profit. So I am trailing it now. Okay, you know what? Let's go back to the empty form. Let me just show you some things. Let me basically share some things with you there before we come back here. Let's go back to the empty form. Okay, so you can see, it's currently about, let's move this actually, let's move it to the right. Let's move the pip counter to the right. I usually have it at the top, at the bottom right-hand corner anyway. So you can see, the pip counter has been moved to the right, 46 pips. Now, this is the 15-minute time frame. Let's try other time frames and see. Let's try the 1 hour. That's what we have on the 1 hour. How about 4 hours? The question is, how far will this drop? That's basically what you want to know. Now, to determine how far it will drop, you basically have to look at previous swings, swing, levels or structure as it were. Let's just mark that, structure. Let me use a brighter color. So what we are saying is this could come this low. Nothing to say it would get there today. We could also, have one there. So it could drop from where it is now, it could drop about 15 pips or even 20 pips more, or over 70 pips more. Let's move this up slightly. So the question is, do I want to close this trade completely, or do I want to let it possibly carry on dropping? The choice is mine now. I have taken partial profit, so I'm fine with this. If it drops, I've got it open on another account as well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to close it out completely on that account. It is a bigger account on that. This is the one you're seeing now is my small account. Well, talking about big and small accounts, like I was saying earlier on, try and have your trades open, try and open accounts, with different brokers if you can afford it. Open accounts with different brokers, just in case anything goes wrong. Besides, because I think generationally, I also have an account for myself, and there is one I trade for my children as well. Just in case you didn't think of that, if you are especially if you are doing well as a trader, if you're profitable, and you can afford to, manage two accounts, definitely have one or two for yourself. Then have one you trade for your children, or perhaps your spouse. If your spouse is not too keen on learning how to trade himself or herself, you could have one for them, so that that would be where you get the pocket money for the children. Isn't that nice? If you are a profitable trader, you can basically, have an account where you make withdrawals as pocket money for your children, or the maintenance of the home for your spouse. Won't that be beautiful? I think it will. I think it will. I think it will. And guess what will happen? Whenever you are trading, now I know some people trade just 1 or 2 hours a day. Well, good for you if you are that super. Others trade perhaps 3 times, about 3 hours or 4 hours a day. Now, someone like myself, because I do not just trade, I also train, I could be in front of the computer for longer hours in a day, trading on my own, trading with my members and training them. So I could be in front of the computer. Now, if your spouse and your children know that money is coming from this, think of it, guys. If they know this is where the money is coming from, they would not so much disturb you. Now, I'm not saying to spend all the hours in the world in front of the computer, guys. Oh, no, that's not what I'm saying. That would be unfair on the family. I'm a family man. It will be unfair on the family to spend as a matter of fact, even now, I'm looking to cut back a bit more so I can spend more time with the family. I love to trade. I love to train, my members and students. But hey, do that very well. I want to do that very well, but also spend time with my family as well. As long as everyone is happy, the members are happy, I am happy, the family is happy, then it's a win-win, isn't it? So that's just a tip, guys. Or else you can begin to overtrade. Actually, you can begin to overtrade if you are spending too much time from the computer. Okay, so what I've done now, I've moved this into more than break even. The stop loss was here a while ago. I've moved it here now. To move it to break even would be to place it just below the entry. This is a sell. This is a short position. I'll place it. You'll place it just below here. That is basically, moving it to break even, so that even if the price, suddenly swings back against you, you would not close out, with a loss. It will be with a small profit instead. However, even with this trade as it is going, there's no need leaving the stop loss here. That would be just 4 pips. Break even, no. I've placed it here instead, which basically means, I've secured over 30 pips. Even if it swings back against me, I'll still close out in profit as it were. Okay, so let's go back to, now I've more than secured the trade. Let's go back to the trading view. Let me go over, what I plan to on this session. 50 pips. Oh, beautiful. Keep on going, baby. Keep on going. Let me share my screen. Let me share my trading view window with you. Where is it? Where is it? It keeps on disappearing on me. It keeps on disappearing. Okay, there we go. So let's share that. Okay, so this is a harmonic pattern. As you can see here, it says butterfly pattern. When it comes to harmonic patterns, there are a number of them. There are a number of them, but there are some popular ones, which are traded more often. There are some popular ones. They include the Gartley, the bat, the butterfly, the crab, and the cipher. Which one have I left out now? So there is, starting alphabetically, we have the bat, the butterfly, the crab, the Gartley, the shark, and the cipher. Oh, well, I suppose leaving the cipher as the last one, even though it's meant to, it doesn't flow with the alphabetical order, and that's fine. So I've just mentioned about 6 of them now. There are others which you might not want to bother about, because these are the ones that have been proven and tested and proven to deliver good results. So this one is the butterfly. It's a bearish butterfly. I explained this in the previous live trading session. So I'm not going to be going over everything again, just to basically, answer the question, which one is better? Is it the harmonic patterns or the head and shoulders pattern? This is the harmonic pattern. This is another harmonic pattern. That's the Gartley. This is another harmonic pattern as well. And this is the head and shoulder. Let's just go through them. One thing they have in common, that is the head and shoulder and the harmonic patterns, is that they are both reversal patterns. They are both reversal patterns. So, if you want a strategy, a reversal pattern is one to go with. You can also go with a continuation pattern. I mean, we're not looking at continuation patterns here today, so I won't dwell much on that. But just to know that, yes, we do have reversal patterns as well as continuation patterns. It's good to be versatile as a trader. You want to be dynamic, definitely, so that if you are taking a trade and it goes against you, you can easily spot or identify on your chart whether the market is reversing or if it's just a pullback. Sometimes, people jump into a trade in one direction thinking the market has reversed, when in fact, it's actually just a pullback. So this trade anyway, I posted it on our Telegram community last week. As a matter of fact, let me post it there again, just in case some of you watching this are not part of that Telegram group. It's a free channel, guys. I always am quick to explain that Telegram is similar to WhatsApp in a sense. It's similar to WhatsApp, except that, a lot of Forex traders prefer to use Telegram instead of WhatsApp, for their trading community. So let me post it in the group. Let me post it there in the group for you to join our Telegram. You can simply download the Telegram app on your phone as well as on your computer, on your PC. You can have it both ways. Have it both ways, and you know, you'll be able to maximize it as it were. Okay, so let me post it there. Let's post it there. Okay, so I posted it in there now, the link to our Telegram group. You can easily join us there and get some free signals. We do give away some free signals, even as I'm showing you now. You know, so join us there and say hello to me, of course, when you get there. Just say hello, be nice, be friendly. Just say hello to Francis. Okay, so let's go back to our chart. Let's go back to our chart. So this is, let's go to the harmonic patterns first. This is a head and shoulder pattern. Now, whoa, this is the trade we are in. You can see that is where I marked as the final TP. But the truth is, it can go even lower. It can go even lower. You just need to watch and see how this will play out. Now, when I am posting signals, or sharing my trade ideas, I usually would want it to be that those who are trading with me, well, I try to look after those who are trading with me because I know not everybody is as experienced as a trader or skilled, and hence I wouldn't want them to start having unrealistic, expectations. So that is basically why I've left it as this being the final TP. It could pull back before continuing, but if you took this trade with me, then fine, you will be enjoying all these pips now. I mean, if you got in there, because we had the opportunity, guys, we had the opportunity. So when the price first, if you didn't get in here, guess what? The price came down, pulled back up, you had another opportunity. It came down again. It came down again. Man, it gave you another opportunity. Guess what? It didn't hit the stop loss. The stop loss is about 44 pips away from entry. It did not hit the stop loss, so it gave you 2 opportunities or 3 opportunities, depending on how you say it. If you count the first one as, the first opportunity, second, third, to get in. So far, yes, we are targeting about 160 pips, for about 164 pips or 65 pips there. If you were to measure, if you got in there, all you perhaps would have needed was to place enter with a, well, as a matter of fact, it could have been with a sell stop order. It could have been with a sell limit order as well. You'll now be in about 150 pips. Now, I have been going in and out of this trade. That obviously is a skill you do need, to acquire as a trader eventually. The fact that you see that, the market is going to deliver, is expected that the market will deliver 150 pips, doesn't mean that you basically just stay in the trade hoping that you'll get the 150 pips in one day. No, it doesn't work that way. Of course not. Of course not. This is a 1 hour time frame, so let's just do this again. So from here to where it dropped to initially was about 80 pips before it pulled back up and came back down. And obviously, just to note, guys, the fact that you draw a harmonic pattern or a butterfly pattern, well, a head and shoulder pattern or any other pattern doesn't mean that there will be no pullbacks. You will surely get pullbacks in the market. That's why, you can see here, I even applied the trend line just to give you an idea of how far the price might go before it reverses and then continue. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened here. It came here, hit the trend line, went all the way back up. My goodness. But because I trust this setup, because I trust the pattern, I was willing to enter again. And like I say, I've been going in and out of this. I'm sure members of the generational wealth traders have been doing the same, going in and out of this trade. It broke the trend line again, it broke the trend line, went and retested it. Are you seeing what's going on, guys? Are you seeing what's going on? It broke the trend line, went back to retest it. It didn't close above it, came back and dropped here, giving you the idea that yes, or at least the confidence that this baby is going to drop. And that's exactly what it did. The market always does a zigzag. Be ready for that, guys. Now, I don't know what's happened. I don't know which is weak. Well, it must be maybe the euro is weak here. I mean, I'll check it later on, to see if euro is weak all round, because this drop has been powerful. It's just been dropping in the last how many hours? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, powerfully. This is what we call a falling knife. If you're looking to buy at this time thinking, it's going to reverse soon, you might get hurt badly. Imagine catching a falling knife, guys. That's not what you want to do. But anyway, that is basically what we are seeing before our very eyes here. That's what we're seeing. If there are any questions in the Telegram group, I will come back and answer it. Or if there are any comments, I will coming back to answer it. I just want to go over, this for a bit, to see what, well, perhaps you get to know what my thoughts are on trading reversal patterns like harmonic patterns and head and shoulder patterns. So anyway, let's go back there. Let's run through them first. So this is basically, one of the patterns we posted, last week, and it's playing out beautifully. There was another one we posted, which was this one. I mean, it got, it almost hit, that was our take profit area. It almost hit it. Well, that's fine. That's good enough, isn't it? If you got in here, it went as much as deliver 68 pips, on the 1 hour time frame. That is good. Before it dropped, you want to be careful, obviously, when the price gets to, when it goes, in your direction and then pulls back in a huge way. I mean, there are times when it will go back and give you another opportunity like it did here. It went there, came down and gave another opportunity for how many pips? For about 35 pips before then dropping. I mean, opportunities, you do get a second and a third opportunity sometimes, maybe even a fourth and a fifth and so on, but you need to watch the price action to be sure you are not jumping in the trade you ought not to get into. So that's basically what happened with this one. So we see that was the first pattern, played out beautifully. Second pattern played out beautifully. I mean, I do also teach how to trade, take trades in the opposite direction if your pattern does not work out well. If the price does not go where you expect it to go, or if it has been there and is now going the opposite direction, you want to know how to trade it as well. So this was another one. This was also a short, for a short trade. This was New Zealand dollar USD. This one is New Zealand, oh, okay, sorry. This one is Euro JPY, New Zealand dollar USD. Okay, this is the one I missed out. Let's start again. That was Euro JPY, New Zealand dollar CHF. They both played out well. New Zealand dollar USD also played out well. We got in there. It has given more than 117 pips that we were looking for. So you can see it's dropped even more. there must have been some news event last night, that affected, New Zealand dollar pairs as well as Aussie dollar pairs. Because I got in another trade, pound, New Zealand dollar, and it basically just took off and hit my 60 pips before I even said jack, which is good. I don't mind as long as it's profit. So this was another, wow, you can see, my goodness, this baby is dropping. I don't know if anybody is still in this trade, if you took this trade with us. It was posted, I think this was posted as well in the free Telegram channel. If not, I believe it was in, I'm not sure if it was for the VIP members only. Let me quickly check, just a minute, let me quickly check if I posted that in the free Telegram group. But the truth is, guys, you want to, if you've been with us for some time in the free group, getting all these free signals, you want to begin to move to the VIP and get more pips. And of course, training, not just collecting the pips. You want to know how to trade yourself. Okay, I didn't post this one in the free group. It was for the VIP members only. Never mind, that's still fine. So that's another trade we took. We are also in another trade, which is a gold trade. Let me see if I can share that with you. Just 1 minute, let's see. I hope I haven't mistakenly deleted it here, but let me see if I can find it. So you can see all the harmonic patterns we posted last week, came out beautifully. They did very well. Like I said a while ago, that does not mean that we win every trade. It doesn't mean that all harmonic patterns, anywhere, either with us from generational wealth or anywhere else, plays out beautifully all the time. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Let me see if I still have my gold. I did mark up gold. I marked up gold. There we go. I marked up gold, yes. Is this gold? Yeah, it is gold. Okay, so you can see we marked up gold as well. And that one obviously is, at least is in profits. That's what matters. It's in profits. It's in profits. So that was where you ought to have entered. It came this far, gave this much, it's pulled back up, but I believe it's still going to go down, But having said that, because I am saying that we don't win every trade, anything can happen anytime and it can go back and hit our stop loss. But at least if you took the trade when you ought to have, either at the very beginning, at the reversal zone, or even if it was here or somewhere, you definitely got some pips. It's for you to lock in the profits, like I was doing a while ago. Looking at the MT4 chart. You definitely want to lock in your profits. Don't leave anything on the table, as it were. Not having secured the pips, you now let it go against you and hit your stop loss. No, of course not. So that's it for the harmonic patterns. Let's now check the head and shoulders pattern. Head and shoulders, where are you? Okay, that's one of them. So we see with the head and shoulder, this one has not played out the way we planned it would. That does not mean it does not win as well. Head and shoulders do win. I mean, I'm sure you can see there's a difference in the pattern. This is the left shoulder, the head, and of course the right shoulder. The way I advise people take this trade was to let the price drop to this level before taking it. Now, by the way, this is an inverse head and shoulder pattern. The whole idea was to let it drop to this level before buying. Hence, we have this risk to reward box anyway, profit and loss box. But yes, it didn't come all the way. It decided to go up. But guess what? If you do know how to trade the head and shoulder pattern, or if you know how to trade reasonably well, you still could have taken that in the opposite direction. You still could have taken that in the opposite direction. Okay, this was one of the what I was teaching. Using as a way to teach the members. I would explain that soon anyway. So you could have taken that in that direction as well. It's giving about 55 pips so far, 77 pips so far. Even if you got away with about 39 pips, even if you got in, perhaps you got in late, say you got in there, that would have been 50, 60 pips. You want to be dynamic, guys. As traders, you want to be dynamic. You want to be versatile, whereby, even if the market catches you unawares, well, yes, it would sometimes. You can take the trade in the opposite direction and be a profitable trader. Anyway, okay. This is a harmonic pattern. This is a head and shoulders pattern, sorry. I'll say that again. This is a head and shoulders pattern which did not play out the way it ought to play out. I call it a failed head and shoulder pattern. I think I marked up another one as well. I would possibly show that to you soon. But just to say, with regards to a trade, if you want to be profitable, this was one of the things I shared lately with my members. You must understand that there are at least 3 aspects to a trade. 3 aspects or elements, if you want to call it that. There is the entry. I meant management here. Trade manager. I know why I said manager, because like I was explaining to them, as a trader, you're not just a trader, you are also a trade manager. Consider that. Just take it, you need to know how to manage your trade. So one aspect is the entry. You do your analysis, you eventually enter, you then have to manage it before, you exit. Either when it hits, take profit or stop loss, or perhaps you stop it yourself manually. But know that there are 3 elements. Perhaps the most important element, if I dare to say that, is this. You see, before I became a profitable trader, and I'm sure it is the same with a lot of profitable traders, they knew how to analyze the chart and get in. They knew where they were targeting, but somewhere in the middle, there was a missing piece. And that usually is trade management. Think of this trade, for instance, perhaps, okay, fine, this one, it didn't get to where you would have wanted to, take the trade. So perhaps you would have wanted to take the trade here. But guess what? Even if you were waiting for the price to drop to this level before you got in, and it then did a zigzag and went up, you still could have been able to enter because you are taking your time to mark up the chart anyway. Think of it. You took your time to mark up the chart. You should be able to trade it either way, whether it goes the way you wanted or expected, or in the opposite direction. That is where trade management comes in. You will still have to check the price action. You are not in control of the market, guys. You are not in control of the market. And as long as you're not in control of the market can do whatever it wants. You want to know how to respond to it or react to it. You could have checked the price action here and taken it in that direction. Okay, guys, let me see if I have any other, I know it's a bit unfair, isn't it? It's almost as though I was biased here, showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, harmonic patterns and showing only one inverse only one head and shoulder. Let me see if I can find another one. You see, I mark up my charts all the time and I post it in the VIP group. And we obviously go over it when we are having our training and trading sessions, because we want to be able to monitor the trades. Okay, well, that's another one. So the first one was, we were looking at USD CAD just now, which failed. Now, guess what? This one has failed again as well. Now, does it mean it doesn't work? No, that's not what it means. It's just one of those things. There are times when, a particular pattern or setup might be having a hard time. I mean, who knew that there was going to be a big push up on Euro New Zealand dollar last night? Like I said, I think it was the New Zealand dollar pair that was a currency that was affected. I checked the news calendar and I could not see any news there. Maybe it was just one of those things that happens. Government official or somebody makes an announcement which nobody was expecting, and it moved it moved it. I wish I could have been able to, show you a head and shoulder pattern that worked or played out well, but because I trade it all the time, I know it does work as well. So this happens to be one of those things. I'm finishing this session now. I mean, there's something else that I did share this with my members during the live trading session this morning. We trade, together every morning as from about 7:30 UK time, for about 2, sometimes 3 hours. They are sharing my screen. I'm analyzing the charts for them, and we are all trading together. But yes, some of them are experienced enough now to also, have point out some charts for us to look at, which is wonderful, just the way we want it. So like I say, I was analyzing this today, and I did say that in a sense, I'm not surprised that this powerful move occurred overnight. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Wow, it's given about over 260 pips so far. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Anyway, next time we'll be looking at some more, we'll be sharing some more thoughts and ideas on various patterns and the market generally, and perhaps having a live trading session with you as well. So I don't know if anyone has any comments. You could leave it, for me in the on YouTube, and I'll share that with you. Our trade is still open. Let's go back to our trade. So you can see, we're still in for about 45 pips. I just want that pair to drop some more. I want it to drop some more. So anyway, guys, we'll leave it here for today, and have a nice week. It's still Tuesday. We still have at least 2 or 3 days if you do trade on Fridays. We still have 2 or 3 days this week to go. So happy trading, and have a safe trading week. Okay.